morning, Darya.
All right, so the 49ers beat Arizona in front of 70,000 fans at Candlestick. It was a great game, and I can actually say that.
Did you go?
First game I've ever been to in my life, football.
Oh, fun.
And I got to tell you, I mean, I was afraid for my life from all the bad publicity about fans and games. But they were, look at this fan here. She was all duded up. She was actually a worker. Everybody was fabulous and happy.
How much fun, though. Very good.
It really, you know what I liked? They have a whole campaign where a former football player, it was Joe Staley, he's like on the big screen and he's like, don't be a jerk. Your mother doesn't like that. Your wife doesn't like that. Your sister, nobody likes that.
It's the last season of Candlesticks. They want it to be as peaceful as possible.
Very nice. And so it was really cool to see not just Kaepernick throwing and what that was like, but the receiving. Vernon Davis was amazing in this game.
Yeah, he had a real good game.
He did. And I like the little flip that they do. I know they always do that, but that was fun.
Yeah, and Kaepernick got back to his, I don't want to say old ways, but looked like the guy who we saw last year.
Yeah, only thing I would recommend is some more bathrooms, because you know I love the potty talk. They need more bathrooms.
Yeah, no, were they clean?
Yeah, they were okay. It was just the lines for the bathrooms are huge. I understand it'll be better in the new building.
Well, it better be.
How about the Raiders, where they had to play in Kansas City, the Chiefs, and how that stadium was? They broke a record. It was so noisy they couldn't even hear themselves think and play and everything else.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Were going for the crowd noise, which Seattle set a few weeks ago against the 49ers. I still don't know how you test that. So,
well, they have the little decibel meter, and the crowd, the decibel was 137.5. Just to give you an idea, a jet engine at 100 feet is 140 decibels. So it was so loud, it's like you're in the middle of a jet engine, and we got 11 penalties, false starts. You know, it was just, it's hard to deal with that.
Yeah, no, the Raiders, they better get back on cron quick.
I don't want to I don't want the noise to be an excuse, but when a quarterback is sacked 10 times, isn't that a lot?
Yeah, watching the game, I mean, and you know something? If that Pryor, he's pretty nimble, you know, he gets around.
Yeah.
It could have been worse.
What? Gosh.
They just, Kansas City has such a swarming defense, and honestly, it could have been worse to that Pryor. He was running for his life the whole game. Well,
and we were, you know, I was just talking to you a couple weeks ago with the concussion and everything else, and now he's sacked 10 times. That's not good.
Yeah, no,
that's not good.
Like I said, the Raiders just aren't very good.
Okay,
you know,
well, yeah.
That's it.
How about, well, you couldn't have thought that going into the Stanford game. I mean, Stanford, right?
Yeah,
Utah, you'd say.
I think that's the story of the Bay Area this week. And my guys, they went, they were 5th in the nation.
Right.
And they got upset by Utah, which hadn't won a game in the conference. I think they were like big deal, but 0-2. But Stanford dropped out of the top 10. Gosh, I think they're 13th now.
Well, how does that happen? I mean, that's exactly what you were using the words with the Raiders. Okay, Utah's not that good. Utah, that'd be kind to say not that good. And then they pull off this?
Yeah, well, you know, you can make excuses for anything, but I think, you know, these Stanford kids went up there and maybe they just thought, hey, we can not walk through this, but this should be, you know, one that we don't have to play our best and still win. And they went crazy up there. I watched a good majority of that game.
Yeah.
And that's being talked about as one of the biggest games in the history of the school.
My gosh. All right. And then if you are into the Red Sox, this was a
great baseball game.
Well, up into the 8th inning, you're like, oh, God, this is not going to happen. And I was woken up by my alert. You know, I get the push alert.
Okay.
And telling me, I swear it must have been 10. I don't know what time it was.
No, you really get one of those?
I really got one of the, I said to myself, well, this is a big deal. I got family back east. And so the Red Sox win, like 8th inning turnaround.
Yeah, well, that Big Poppy hit a grand slam. You know, it was 5-1, and you know, it looked like Detroit, you know, Boston threatening a little bit, but you don't hit a grand slam that late, and sure enough, he did.
I consider it my job, so I did consider that like a news alert that I did need for when I woke up this morning.
I use the Cron app.
Well, that I do, and that and BART. For the BART trains, you get the little, do you get interrupted your sleep so that you know if BART's running or not?
I'm ashamed to say I just woke up today when the phone rang. You know, I've been having just a nice little sleep here. And so, Bart, what's the latest?
Bart, the trains are running, but I feel like it's every night you go to sleep, you go, are they going to be running in the morning?
Yeah, no, they're running, but what are they still negotiating?
That's what I'm saying. Same thing tomorrow morning. Gary, same exact thing. You go to bed tonight, you're not going to know, and we're going to find out in the morning.
What's happened to the world?
It's
Washington, and here at home with Bart.
And now this, I know. But
well,
it is.
That's what sports is good for, though, huh?
It is. No,
Gives you a little break from all the stuff that's really important and affects your life. It gives you a little break from it.
Seriously, back to the game. It was a really fun time. I don't know if I want to see that much football again.
No, I'm glad you went.
But it was fabulous, really fun.
All right, good. And a few beers. You had a good time?
No beers, no, because I couldn't pee.
Okay, I don't need to hear that. No, we were fine up until then.
I didn't want to risk it. I couldn't risk the bet.
No, we were fine up until then.
I knew I'd ruin it.
I gotta go.
Okay, you gotta go. Right. I get it. We'll be right back.